Hello, good evening, and welcome. You've just entered the arena. I'm Michael Coren, whether you like it or not, and thank you for joining me. Now, sometimes life can be disappointing, just like when I was a child and that longed-for present wasn't in Santa's sack. Well, my hopes were dashed recently when I was once again not taken to a Human Rights Commission, as it happened to Bill Watcott in Saskatchewan. This story's all over the place, isn't it? He did make some pretty nasty remarks about gay people, so, well, don't listen to him. Ignore him. Call him a twit, whatever. Look, it's not really about homosexuality. It's about a country that obsesses about celebrating what keeps us apart rather than what binds us together. A country that now emphasises group rather than individual rights. Canada is a tenuous nation at best, and what we've done since the days of Trudeau and the Charter is to enshrine and empower the moans and groans of every minority interest group in the country. Gay people have a right to be gay, just as Muslim or Jewish people, sports fans or Star Trek devotees or anybody else have a perfect right to be exactly who they are and what they want to be. But their first and most important loyalty should not be to their sexuality, religion or hobby, but to their citizenship. And this was the case at one time in our history, but no longer. Now, the reason so much of this changed was that the spoilt brat Pierre Trudeau, who governed Canada as an extension of his own social fantasies, to him the country was a political experiment that required the restructuring of a great nation and the fixing of what was not broken. As Canadians, we enjoyed freedoms, rights and legal protections, and also knew from cultural norms and public education that there were numerous responsibilities and duties essential to living here. We could be proud of our particular subgroup, but we were aware that those groups freely existed only because of the greater umbrella of Canada. This sublime and workable ideal was carefully torn apart during 20 years of political and judicial interference, leading to a society today where we are defined by what offends or supports our various ethnic, sexual and religious causes, and not by red and white, the Canadian passport, or the authentic history and meaning of Canada. So instead of, for example, museums of Canada, we have museums of civilization or museums of human rights. Instead of halls of fame to great Canadians, we have halls of fame to great Canadian homosexuals. I mean, it's so misplaced, disingenuous and damaging. Children leave school knowing almost nothing of our past, but certain of which famous people have a particular sexual proclivity and how minority rights are vital to a thriving democracy. Well, what our young people will not see, of course, is a museum dedicated to the rights of the unborn or the old or the terminally ill, or to the dignity of marriage and the family. No, that would be terribly un-Canadian and probably dent the integrity of the Charter and lead to a human rights complaint. Look, I wish none ill. I say none ill. I do none ill. I want us all to get along. But I will not lie or hide or be silent merely to defend myself from attack. If you detest what I say, watch something else. Oh, and the address of the Human Rights Commission is, oh, look it up for yourself.